Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our boot camp. I hope everyone is ready today to build and finalize their websites. So, before we begin, as always, please let me know, can you hear me properly so we can proceed? Loud and clear, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Audio is window. HS Math with the window again. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. Glad to be here. Good to see all of you on board. So, how many days do you planning? So, today will be the last day. Yes. So, today will be the last day of our boot camp. So, we will be finishing. Let me fix my hair a little bit from here, maybe. There you go. Is it better? Sometimes you have to get ready after it starts. Yes, today is the last day. We will be creating our complete website, and if we get some time, we are going to learn a little bit about computer vision as well. But we will keep most of it for the next boot camp. So I see a lot of you. Our main aim was to focus on Python, but a lot of you, because we have our computer vision background and we pretty much have everything related to computer vision, a lot of you have requested that we do some OpenCV and some object detection as well. Now, if we do get some time, I will touch the basics so that there is some information for you to get started. And I will also explain, if you wanted to learn more about this, how can you get started? So we have a few courses that are completely free that you can get started right away after learning all of this. And the good thing is, you will be able to deploy them as well, because you will be able to deploy this website that we will be creating and finalizing today. So you will be able to create your computer vision apps, and you will be able to deploy them as well. So who knows, you might want to create a Photoshop using some basic OpenCV functions. I mean, that will be a great project as well. So we have a lot of questions. Oh, we have a crying emoji. Yeah, it had to finish someday, right? So unfortunately, today will be the last day, but of course, it won't be the end of it. We will have our contest, so you can participate in the contest and you can win prizes. And then afterwards, we are going to plan some more boot camps. If everything goes well with this boot camp, then we will be planning more of these. And if you do enjoy the live sessions, I'm also considering doing some live projects, some intermediate or advanced computer vision projects live during the session, and you can follow along, and we can create it together and even deploy them. Why not, right? So that will be the idea. But for today, that will be our last session. We will be finishing our website that we have started, and I will brief on what we did yesterday, and then we will continue with our website. So as always, I would love to know where everyone is joining us from. Where are you joining us from? Please mention that in the chat. I love to hear where everybody is coming from. So we have Senegal, Nigeria, Boston, USA, Kurdistan. So we did not have Kurdistan yesterday, I believe. So Independence Day for USA. Congratulations on your Independence Day. What is it? 4th? Oh, I have heard of that. 4th July, you have some fireworks, some celebrations. Then Cancun, Mexico, India, Sitapur, Germa. I believe that's Germany or no, Germa. Maybe that is a place. I'm not sure of that. Canada, Kashi, India, Brazil, Denmark, Canada, Malaysia, Morocco, Nigeria, Baku, Azerbaijan. I've heard Baku is a good place for trips, for vacations. A lot of people they go to Baku. I believe, it's not very expensive, and it's a nice place to be. Is that true? Can you please elaborate on that? Should I come next to Baku? Then we have India, Turkey. Where was it? India, Turkey. Then medical image analysis. Wait, what? Do live medical imaging analysis. Okay, so we can do that as a project. So maybe we can do computer vision for medical analysis, right? So we get different data sets, try to train them, try to do something useful, meaningful out of it. Maybe you can tell us what is that thing that you would like to automate that can be helped, that you can get help with. Then we have Iraq, we have Lodran, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Germany, India, USA, Canada, Turkey, Cape Verde. Cape Verde, is that a country or is that a city? We have Italia, we have Sudan in Oman. I believe we did not have anyone from Sudan yesterday. India, Guinea. Then we have a heart with a hospital sign in it. From Lahore, I believe Lahore, Pakistan. Then what is the contest you would told us? Share me the contest details. Okay. Yes, Baku is very interesting and beautiful city. Great to know. I was doing a previous day boot camp, have completed 50%. Should I complete the first and go with this video first? If you have installed Streamlit and if you have the website running, even the title, then you can continue. Otherwise, you should go back and try again that first and then come back. First of all, congratulations on your contest and excellent work for me. I would be very interesting to integrate computer vision with Web Django or Flask. Okay, I will note that down. Let me write it down. What was it? Web Django and Flask. Okay, we will look into that, and I will try to do a live session or maybe even a bootcamp for that particular topic. And another one was for medical, right? Medical analysis. So do keep checking the community because I ask a lot of questions in the community. So if you find some questions there, I usually take the direction of the community posts. So there were some questions I didn't answer. Share the details of the contest. So the contest details I will share, and there will be a complete page that will explain what exactly do you have to do, how do you upload your submission, and what are the timings and so on. So that will be available within this weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, it will be available, and we will send an email when the page is ready and you can start posting. So the contest basically is of your portfolio website. You have to integrate AI. So we are integrating AI as a as an assistant, or as yourself who is answering on your behalf. That is one application of that. Now, what we want you to do is utilize that AI in creating your portfolio website in some other way. And the best ones will be picked, and they will win the contest based on how well it is close to the practical examples or the real world scenarios. So that will be the contest, and I will answer more questions about the contest later on as well. But for now, we are going to go ahead and continue with our website. So I don't want to waste a lot of time. We will dive right in. Before we do that, just a quick overview of our bootcamp so far. If you haven't checked out, we have a bootcamp page, and you can go down here. It's on our website, computervision.zone. We have all the days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And then we also have the prerequisites, basic installations. And this is sponsored by NVIDIA and OpenCV University. We have some information about them here as well. They have released NVIDIA NIMs for generative AI that are very useful for deployment. So for testing, you can use a lot of different things, but for deployment, if you are serious about creating your ideas, then NIM is the way to go. Then we have day 1, in which we have the PDF file we shared, and then we have chapter 1, chapter 2, and a calculator. In day 2, we have the code for intermediate. Day 3, we have the code for the advanced. We have the portfolio website, a little bit of that beginning. And day 4, we are going to continue with this and finish our website. Now, what we did yesterday was, first of all, can we use Hugging Face? Yes, you can use Hugging Face. We will continue the code that we had before. Will the page remain after the bootcamp? The page and not the videos. Yes, it will remain. The video will be available until the contest, and then it might not be there. Okay, so moving on. First of all, let's discuss what we did yesterday so we can continue. So we are creating our website using Streamlit. That's a library, or you can say a package that allows to bring in a lot of different functionalities, and it helps us write code. For example, if I wanted to add a button, I would just say add button. If I wanted to add a slider, I would say slider. If I wanted to add a title, I would say title. So that's the basic idea of how you can do this. So basically what you are doing here is you are importing your Streamlit app as ST, and whenever you want to use the Streamlit app or the Streamlit package, you simply say ST. So for example, we wanted to create a title, we said st.title. We wanted to create a subheader, we said st.subheader. We wanted to create an image, we said st.image. So all of this information we discussed yesterday. And then we also have the concept of columns. So you can create columns, and then whatever you want to add in one column, you will write with column 1, and you will enter everything inside that. And then if you want to create or write in the second column, then you will write with column 2, and you will write everything in the second one. So that's the basic idea. So we are getting some information here. Are we allowed to use Whisper as our AI? Yes, you can use Whisper. You can use any AI model. You have to create your portfolio website and it should be useful. It's lagging so much. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can restart the streaming. So it might be a bit better. So are you able to get a proper stream? Please let me know in the comments, in the chat, if you are able to see everything. Okay, so it's better now. So hopefully everyone is able to view that. Okay, so now we are going to continue. And as I was mentioning that all you have to do is you have to write ST and you have to write whatever you want next to it. So now in order to run the app or run your website, all you have to do is you have to click on this arrow and then you have to open command prompt. Make sure you are in terminal. Can you see the terminal? No. Let me show it like this. So make sure you are in terminal, right? So some of you might have the terminal on the left hand side. So you might have it there. So click on the terminal and then we click on the arrow and then we click on command prompt. Once we click on command prompt, then we add in the name of our website, the file. So it's very simple. We are using Streamlit. So we will tell Streamlit run this. Okay. So we will write Streamlit run and whatever the name of our file is. In our case, the file name is portfolio underscore website.py. So we will write portfolio underscore website.py. If you have written a different name, use that name instead. Now, if we press enter, it is going to run the app and then we are going to get our website. There you go. So that's the basic idea. I will put this on one side and I will put the website on the other side. Can we get certificate after complete the boot camp? You can get a certificate if you participate in the contest, which will be explained after all. So don't worry, I will explain that. So please let me know if everyone is able to run this website. Because if you are able to run the website, then only we can proceed and complete the rest of it. I just joined randomly. I think what you are using robotics for. We use robotics for a lot of things, mostly to automate stuff and make our life easier. Please drop the command in chat. Okay, that is one way to go. Meanwhile, I am going to open up the website that we are following. By the way, one more thing I forgot to mention. I added yesterday, if you go to the Bootcamp page, I added this download button here for the images folder. So we are going to use some images, some gallery images today. So if you want to, you can download this and do exactly like I'm doing, and later on change your own, change to your own images. But it's better to have your own images with you. But if you don't, then you can go ahead and download this images folder. So let me show you what's in the images folder. So here are the images. So they are named G, G1, G2, G3, G4, and so on. G for gallery. And then we have murtaza.png and then setup.jpg. So we will be using all of these files. So I don't believe we need G because we already have this. And all of them are JPG, so that will make our life easier. So that's the main idea. Sir, virtual environment is not showing in my CMD. Are you using PyCharm or which platform are you using? If you're using PyCharm, just click on this part, the arrow, then click on command prompt. And that should give you a virtual environment terminal. I'm going to copy all the images and I will paste it here. So we can use. So while you are waiting, you can also do the same. You can go ahead and download those and you can add it to the PyCharm project. So this is the murtaza.streamlit.app. So here you can see, this is what we are trying to make, and this is what we have made so far. So has everyone reached the points? Can we move on? Okay, so let's move on. So the next thing we have is my setup. So what do you think should we add for this my setup? Is it a subheader? Is it text? or is it a title? So first of all, we are going to add a title just for the break. St dot title to give a little bit of space. And then, yes, all of you are saying that we should add title, and that is correct. So what we will do is we will simply write st dot title my setup. So if we refresh this now, we will see we have my setup. Now, if you think this gap is too much, you can change this to subheader. And if you refresh that, you will see now the gap is less. If you want even smaller, then you can write text. Not text, write. And we refresh that and you can see there's a small gap now. But I think title is fine for now. So here we have our my setup. Now, what's the next step? The next step is to add an image. So this image, as I mentioned earlier, it is available for you to download, or you can add any of the images that you want. So here you can see we have a folder, images, and inside that we have the file name setup.jpg. So make sure that you use the same thing. Don't just randomly make up names. So st.image, and then where is it? It is in the images folder. So we will write images slash, what is the name? The name is setup.jpg. So we will write setup.jpg. So that's how simple this is to add this image. Now, if we go back here and refresh, we will see that our setup image is added. I think later on people will need to go into 3D deep learning and 3D computer vision with a very good idea in photogrammetry. I doubt you can get placement as a vision engineer without knowledge of 3D. You can, but yeah, of course, you can specialize in the 3D part. My setup is rudimentary. Instead of my setup, what section do you suggest? You can write about me, maybe. So basically, I'm giving more information about who I am, right? And showing my setup tells people that this guy is more towards recording and online content. So maybe you can have an about me page or an about me section where you can add that. How much the cost of making this setup? That's a good question. Actually, I have a complete video on that. I believe on YouTube. I made it like maybe 1 year ago. So I mentioned all of the stuff there. For the experience, we are going to do next, we are going to add skill and we will add sliders. But I think maybe something else you can add here. So then we are going to move on, and next up we have something interesting, right? Because whenever you want to discuss about yourself, it's like you are rating yourself, how good am I in some particular fields. So for example, I myself, I don't consider myself very good at programming. I would say I'm okay, I'm average in programming. But I'm a little bit better than most people in teaching. I have been teaching for as far as I can remember. So I have good experience in teaching. So I will highlight that I'm good in teaching, but I'm okay in programming, or I'm okay in robotics, for example. So that's the idea. So here, in order to do this, first of all, we can add some space. If you want, we can add a space by writing st dot title, and we can write here empty so that we get a space. And then similarly, we will write st dot title, and we are going to write what was it? Skills, my skills. So if we go back and refresh, there we have it. So we have the section of my skills. I feel like this is too big. Let's write some header. Yeah, that's better. Or is it? Maybe right. Yeah, this is better. I believe this is better. Okay. Can we include CV Zone in the website? Yes, of course you can. Where are you from? I am from Mars. Can we include CV Zone? Yes, you can. Code is pushing in GitHub. Yes, we will be pushing it to GitHub later on. I'm interested in computer vision with Arduino, especially phase following PID with Arduino. How can I get this lesson? So this is part of one of our paid courses. So you can get that. It's computer vision with Arduino. I believe there is a complete lesson for that in there. So you can purchase that. And right now you can purchase it for 20% off if you have registered for the bootcamp. So my skills, and then what we need to add is basically the sliders. So that's how you want to add the percentage. Now, if you wanted to show with some other example, you can, but for now, we are going to use a slider. So we are going to write st dot slider. Let me remove this. St dot slider. And for now, I will write programming, and then I will give in the percentage value. So what is the minimum and what is the maximum? In our case, it's percentage, so it's 0 to 100. And then what is the value that it should be at? I will give it, let's say 70. I am 70% in programming, let's say. So if I go and refresh this, there you go. It starts from 0 and it ends at 100. And then the value that I'm at is 70%. So that's the main idea. So similarly, you can go ahead and create the other two sliders. And let's say you write programming, then teaching, and then robotics, and whatever you have. Let's say I will write this as 85, and let's say I will write this as 75. And then if we refresh that, there you have it. In this bootcamp, MLDL concepts are also going to be taught? No. So we will not go into machine learning or deep learning. Are you living in Mars? Yes. How can we take input and also process it? Take input, yes. So if you wanted to take input, you can take it by writing st dot file uploader, and then you can write upload a file. If you refresh this, you will see you have a file uploader in which you can click and browse files and ads. Can you change the slider color? Let's go ahead and ask ChatGPT. Where is... What about the text input? Text input we have done yesterday, which you can write it like this. st dot text input, and then it will give you this. So whatever you want, you can write here. Let's say hello. So here is our ChatGPT, and we will ask it, how can I change color of slider in Streamlit? And I will give the example of a slider. Let's see what it says. Yeah, so you can, but you have to write custom CSS, and that's how it will change. So let's copy that and see if it works. We go here and refresh. There you go. It has changed one part of it only. So then you can keep asking ChatGPT how to do it further. But again, I don't want to go into CSS right now. We want it to be very simple. Whatever we are getting by default, I want to stick to that. I don't want to create a fancy website. Now, if you wanted to create a fancy website, yeah, of course, you can try different packages or different platforms. But for now, we want to get started with the bare minimum. That's our main goal. So next up, let's go ahead and see what do we have. So here we have my skills that are done. Then we have the gallery. So let's bring in the gallery. So st.title, and we will write gallery. We will also add the space. So if we refresh that, we will get gallery. Now inside the gallery, as you can see, we have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. So we will break it down into 3 columns. So we will write here column 1, column 2, column 3 equals st dot columns 3. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. How are you? Contest, will it affect my score if I add CSS code? No, you can add CSS code if you want. In fact, we encourage to create a custom website. So that's the idea. But you have to use Streamlit. But then you can add custom parts with it. You can take help of ChatGPT. If you have your own knowledge, you can use. That's fine. Sorry, I'm late. What are we going to make? So we are building the final project, which is the website, the personal portfolio. That's what we are building. So we have broken it down into 3 parts. So then we will write with column 1, and then with column 2, and then with column 3. And then for each column, we are going to add some images. So st dot image, and then we can write the name of our image. So where exactly are these images? As I mentioned earlier, we added them in the images folder over here. So we have G1, G2, G3, G4 till G9. G stands for gallery. So we can write here images slash G1 .jpg. Similarly, we can copy this part. We can copy this part, and instead of G1, we can make it G2. This will be G2, and this will be G3. So if we run that now, no, we need to add the others as well. Otherwise, it won't work. Let's add one more. So this will be G4, let's say. This will be 5, 6, and here it will be G7. So if we run this now, over here, you will see we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. 4 and 7. So we need to add more. So all we do is we copy that. And we paste it, and we paste it, and we paste it, and we paste it. So this is 4, this will be 5, and this will be 6. And then this will be 7, and this will be 8, and this will be 9. So yeah, that's the idea. Now, the thing is that right now, what we have done is we have written a lot of code, and it seems a little redundant because this type of coding we called hard code, because we are inputting values directly and they are not dynamic. So what we could do instead is we could put this as a variable, and then we can iterate 9 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will keep changing and it will keep adding. So you could use a loop, for example, to run just these 3, and then just these 3 for another loop, and these 3 for another loop. Then you will realize that even this column 2, column 3, column 1, even this can be put in a loop, because that's also repetitive. So you will have a loop inside a loop, which is also called a nested loop. So I'm not going to teach you how to do this. I want you to try it out to do that, because you know the basic concepts of loops. Try to create a loop for just these 3, then only for these 3, then only for these 3. Then you will see some repetition there. Then instead of doing that, try to make another loop to remove all of those 3 and make it just 1, right? I hope that makes sense. So in CV, what we read: detection, classification, segmentation, model. What we read, you can read anything as an image, and then you can classify, detection, you can do pretty much all of that. This thing can be done using a for loop. Yes, exactly. We can do this with a for loop, and that is what I encourage you to do. Wait, is it possible to build a website using Python? I thought it's only HTML or JS. That's the beauty of it. We are doing using Python. Sir, I was exactly thinking of nested loop. Exactly. This is what I like. That I don't give you everything. You need to think of that. I like to give the example of Newton when he saw the apple falling. Now, I don't like, if I'm teaching that, I don't like to give the example of Newton. He was sitting, then he saw the apple falling, and blah, blah, blah. In fact, what I like to do is I like to encourage students to come up with the exact same solution which Newton came up with, but I just keep giving them hints that, okay, if you're looking at a tree and an apple falls, why do you think the apple is falling? Is somebody pushing it, somebody pulling it? What exactly is going on there? So that's the basic idea of learning. That's true learning. If you start thinking by yourself and you come up with ideas by yourself, that I believe is the essence of learning. Yeah. How are we going to go about it if the images are different sizes? Well, it shouldn't make a big difference. You can You can still add those. That's not a big deal. This is my first bootcamp, and you are the best teacher I've got. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you have joined us. Can you make ML bootcamp for ML in upcoming days? Yes, we are thinking of AI. Yeah, we are thinking of getting into AI, and we'll do an AI bootcamp. I love you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Will it resize the image on its own? I don't think it will resize that. Okay, let's test it out. If you want to try it, we can do that. We can write images and murtaza.png. So if we refresh that, and there you go. So all of the images are the same size, but then one of them is just random, right? So that's how it looks like. So if you're making a gallery, I would recommend that all of the images should be of the same size. It looks much better. So you can use Canva or any other tool to make it the same size and then just use that. So we will undo that. So that's the idea of our gallery. Now we have that. And then what's the next step? Then we have contact for inquiries and then contact email address. And this is a link which is clickable. So we need to make sure it is a clickable link. So how can we do this? It's very simple. We can write st.write, and then we can write contact. No, it's capital contact. And I think we need to give a space in between as well. So we will give in the space. Then for inquiries, please email. I believe this should be a title. For any inquiries, please contact me at. And then at the end, we can give st dot email contact murtaza.com. So if we go and refresh our websites, and that is what we will get. There we go. I saw your channel now itself, now regret of not knowing in my first year. That's fine. We are still learning and we are glad that you can join. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Can you use Pillow to reshape the size of the images? Yes, you can do that too. Best YouTube channel for AI. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will share with my friends. Thank you. Do share and keep spreading the knowledge. Okay, so that is pretty much done here. And is there anything left? I think this is a little bit small. We need to make it a little bit bigger. So we can write sub header. And there you go. I think that's better. And we can add a little more space by writing subheader. Again, it's personal preference. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. So here we have more space. So that's good. So if we open this up now, we can say it's pretty much done, right? So here we have our website, and we have the video, the images, the slider, the gallery, and we have the inquiry part. So this is going to the next line, which I don't like. We can change that. We can change the text. Please, or email ads. Why is it not changing? Contact me at, I wrote email at, but for some reason it's not changing. Is there an error? Oh, that empty thing. I believe it's for the label of the, maybe this text input, maybe. Enter. No, it's the label of something else. Label got an empty value. I believe it's for this one. Text input label, yeah. So label is string. We gave it a label. So it's not running. Maybe I need to terminate this and rerun that. So streamlet run portfolio underscore website dot py. Yeah, now it's email at, and then it did not give us that error, that warning, because we added enter here. So here it says enter. So instead of writing ask anything about me, we can simply write it here in the text input, and we can refresh this, and it will say ask anything about me, and it will not give us that warning. So please let me know if everyone is able to reach this point. If you are able to reach this point, please let me know. Because next up, what we will do, we are going to integrate AI to this so that this part actually works. So it's not just stationary. So it needs to run. So we will ask anything here, and then it will give us the answer about us. I can't see the down part of the coding. Can we build a section for social media on the website? Yes, you should. Can we share link now? Link of what? We will use OpenAI or Gemini. We will use Gemini because it's free. Just joining, would it be safe to rewatch, and which language are you using? So it will be there until the contest ends, then it will not be. You are the best teacher of coding on YouTube. Please, could you next time teach us AI and coding on the cloud? Yes, thank you very much. I will look into that, the next session, maybe it will be for AI. So now that we have reached this point, we need to make this functional. Are we going to learn any NIM? No, we are not going to try out NIM, but I have given some information on how you can use it. You can check our website. Okay, so now let's move on to our AI part. So what we will do is we will write here Gemini API. So right now we have different options of using AI. So what we will do is we will pick the one which is free to use. So, and it has a very good limit of how many calls you can do with it. So this is that. Let me just make it bigger. So this is Google Gemini API. Now, if you are not familiar with what API is, think of it like this. Let's say Google wrote some very good AI code, right? Now, they don't want to share that code with you. They don't want to copy all of that and give it to you. Because if they do that, then you can also sell it. So what they do instead is they tell you that if you want to use it, you can use it. So send a request, it will do some processing, and it will give you the output. We will not give you the code for it, but we will give you the answer. So for AI models, you can ask what is the weather, it will send to Gemini, it will do some processing, and it will only output the weather is, let's say, 30 degrees Celsius. So that's the basic concept of APIs. So you are sending some data to it, and it is sending you the output back. Now, if you use OpenAI API, which is ChatGPT, that is paid. So you have to use your credit card information, you have to upload that, and I know it's not for everyone. So on the other hand, Google Gemini is completely free. So if you go to their models, we are going to use Flash, which is the latest model they have introduced. So if we click on that, I will share the link of this, but right now, just try to understand what I'm doing, what I'm trying to explain. So if you look at Gemini Flash, let's see its features. It is built for speed, it is fast, it can do at a very low cost. We will use it for free, don't worry. And it can understand long context. So here we have some comparisons with other models. And then I wanted to see the pricing for this. And if we go, I think if we go back, yeah, this is the pricing. And if we use Gemini 1.5 Flash, you can see it's free of charge. Now, how much is it free? You can do 15 requests per minute. I mean, that is a lot. 15 requests per minute. How much is that? Four seconds per request. So you can add a request every 4 seconds. That's very good. And you can do a total of 1500 requests per day. And you can use 1 million tokens per minute. I mean, it's very amazing that they are giving all of this for free. And that's why we can deploy it on our website, and lots of people can use that website at the same time. So price is free of charge. And if you exceed, of course, you can use more of this. So that's the idea. And then if you use Pro, then the limit for Pro, again, you can use it for free of charge, but the limit for that is only 2 requests per minute. So 2 times you can ask every minute, what is the weather, or how are you? If you send it 1 time, it will say, okay, 1, done. Then you send it another time, it will say, okay, done. So 2 requests per minute, which is not a lot. So I would not recommend to go with Pro. And for 1.0 Pro, you can do 15 requests per minute and pretty much similar things that you have seen. But the best one is 1.5 Flash, where you can do 1 million token per minute. So I would highly recommend that you use this. So how can you use this? You can simply go to API reference. I will share the link, don't worry. Right when we go to that point, I will share the link of what you need to follow. There you go. This is that link. No, that's not this link. Probably in the docs. Get started. And we need for Python API reference. There are so many pages and so many things going on that sometimes it's hard to know which page do we need to go. Let me open both of these and see which one do we need. Yeah, it's API Quick Start, I believe, and then we can select Python. Yep, that is it. Okay, I will copy this link and I will paste it so you guys can use that as well. So you can go ahead and click on that link and it will take you here. Now in this link, you have to do 2 things. First of all, if you go down, you are going to see that it says pip install. And if you remember, that's the way of installing libraries. So you have to install the library called Google Generative AI. So you just need to install that. We will copy this command and paste it and it will install. So I will copy this part and I will go here in the terminal. Make sure it is in the virtual environment. So click on arrow and command prompt and it will get this virtual environment. If it's in virtual environment, then only install. Don't install it in global. And then I will paste this and hit enter. So it will pip install Google Generative AI. Now it will start the installation process. Meanwhile, it's installing, we can move on and we can look at the code. Now you can see how simple the code is. All you have to do is you have to import Google Generative AI and then you have to give it your API key. So that will be the specific key that we will generate. I will show you how to generate that. And then you select the model. that I want to use Gemini 1.5 Flash, the one that is free and is very good. And then all you have to do is you have to write model.generate content, and you ask the question, whatever the question is, and it will give you the response. I mean, can it be more simpler than this? So simple. Could not install package due to error. Windows access is denied. So make sure you are doing it for virtual environment. Maybe you are trying to install it globally and it's not allowing you to do that. How to change environment? I will repeat again. You go to terminal. You go to terminal. This is the terminal. Then you click on the arrow. And then you click on command prompt. And that will give you a virtual environment. There you go. How to train its own data. We will not be training using our own data, but we will customize it so that it only responds as if I'm talking to it. Ignoring invalid distribution, app data local program Python 3.9, site packages. It's just a warning, should be fine. Brother, do you think another language can be created with Python? Why not? You can. Okay, so all you have to do is install. Let's see if it was installed. To check if it was installed or not, we can write here import whatever they mentioned. So let's put this on one side and let's put this on the other. So they said import google.generative AI as gen AI. So if it's not giving any error, it means it has been installed. Run it again, it will work. It showed error for me also. Okay, that's a good advice. Try to run it again and hopefully the error will be solved. I love using your website. Please, I need to have personal discussion with you on PhD project. I'm from computational library studies background. Sure, you can email us at contact@computervision.zone, or if you want to discuss with me, you can email at contact@mursahassan.com. So if it's just blinking, then wait for it. It will probably get installed. Sir, can we install it using the other way? Yes, of course you can. So let me show you the other way. So go to File, go to Settings, and here you will go to Python interpreter and then Add, and then you will write here Generative AI, or was it Google Generative AI? Let me check. It was Google Generative AI. So you will write Google dash generative AI. Yeah, this one. So you can see it's already blue, which means it's already installed. So we did it the other way. So you can see here, Google stuff is installed here. So if you have installed it, you will see it's somewhere here, this Google Generative AI. So that's basically your installation done. So once you import that as Gen AI, then what you have to do is you have to configure it. As they have shown here, you have to configure, and then you have to create your model type. Which model are you using? So what I will do is I will copy these 2 lines of code and I will paste it here. So for API key, we are going to remove this and we are going to add a string. So inside this string, we are going to add our API key. How can we get the API key? We can get it by going up, and here it will say get an API key. You click on that, it will open up a new page, and over there it will say create API key. So you can click on that, then you can create your API key. Yeah, there will be an option here. Just search for the project. If there is none, create a project and then create an existing API key. Okay, so for example, here it says generative language client, my first project. So these are different projects that I've created over the years. So let's say my first project, and then we will create an API key. So this is my API key. I can copy that and I can paste it here. API link. API link is in the link that I shared. So the link that I've shared in the pinned comment, just click on that. It will take you to this page. And here you can click on get an API key. Again, it's free. You don't have to give your credit card. So go to the get an API key. Click on that. It will take you here, create an API key, and then you can add it here. So these 2 lines of code I have copied from their documentation. As I mentioned earlier, whatever package or whatever software you are using, they will tell you how it's used. So you just have to read their documentation. Not listing Google Generative AI. No, it will not be like this. It will be Google dash generative AI, like this. I'm getting error message warning, ignoring invalid distribution. But did it install? Because it's a warning. it might already have an installation of Rotobuff, maybe. So it might not install the newer version or something like that. So just check if it works like this or not. If you write like this and there are no red lines, for example, if I just change this to any other thing, then it will give a red line. So if there is no red line, it means you are good to go. Sir, you didn't use OSY. The reason we didn't use OS is because later on we are going to upload this, we are going to host it in Streamlit, and over there OS doesn't work. So we have to ignore that. And I will tell you a way how to hide your API key, because API key is a secret and it should not be disclosed. In fact, let me tell you a funny thing. You might have heard of that company, the one with the orange device. What was the name? Rabbit something, right? Rabbit OS, something like that. Rabbit One, I believe. Yeah, Rabbit One. Yeah. So yeah, this is that company, Rabbit One, that produced this orange device. Yeah, this one. So the funny thing, in their code, they hard coded the value of API key. So they forgot to hide this API key, and some hackers, they actually found it out and they leaked that information. So they are in a lot of trouble now. And this happened recently, maybe a week or two ago. So guys, please tell me if you are able to generate the API key and you have reached this far. Because I'm waiting for everyone. I know this is a little bit of a leap. So I want everyone to be on board, and so that we can continue. Okay, so once we have the API key, what you can do is you can use this line of code to give you an answer, right? So for example, I can copy this part and I can go down to our button where it will ask the question, right? So I can go here, and here it is going to ask a question. So what is the question? The question needs to be whatever we write here. So we can write here that the user underscore question equals this, because we need to store it in a variable, right? We cannot just have it st.text input. We need to store that text that the user sent as a question, and we need to store it here. So then we can say if ST button is pressed, if ST button is pressed, then we can write the prompt equals user question, and then we can send the response to our model. So we can simply paste the code model.generate content, and the content to generate is basically our prompt. And instead of just printing it out, we are going to write st.write response. Response.text. Can I explain again how to get key? Sure, I can explain again. So if you, this link is already in the pinned comments. You can click on get API key. From there, it will take you to this page, and then you can hit on create API key. So let's go ahead and run this and see if it works. So this is our app. No, this is not our app. Where is our app? It's been a while, we didn't open it. Let me find it. Where is it? Yeah, there we have our app. So now if I put this on one side and put this on the other, so now what we have done is we are trying to get the response. So if I refresh this now, and if I write, how are you? And I press on ask, it should give us the answer. As an AI, I don't have feelings or emotions. However, I'm here ready to assist you, blah, blah, blah. If you get this blah, 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 then it means you are good to go. So then we have questions in Python for web application. You think best for hacker bug bounty, didn't found any bug. I write best code for security. Wait, is that a question, or I didn't understand that? Done. Okay, that's great. After installing the package successfully, Python is giving me an error, module not found. It means module was not installed. So you need to install it again. Mashallah, great teaching. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Done, at least I hope so. Me too. I hope it works. But then it will not generate the custom response. We want how to generate it, like name, etc. I will tell that. Don't worry. We are going to get there. So as I promised, it will be a custom bot that will answer on your behalf. So I will explain how you can do that too. But for now, just make sure you have reached this point. So whatever you ask here, for example, which is the tallest building in the world? So it should answer it correctly. As of my last update, the tallest building in the world is Burj Khalifa, located in UAE. It stands at a height of 8 to 8 meters. So Sajjad is saying, I don't have any feelings or experience like humans do. So yeah, great. You are getting the same answer. Excellent. In this website, it shouldn't be answering that. What do you mean? We will make it custom. Don't worry, guys. We will get there. Just we are going step by step. So make sure that this part works. I would say if the coding in Python is successful and secure, there will be no error bugs on web application. Yes, there shouldn't be. My module is there, but it's showing module not found error. Uh, I think what you might be facing is that you have installed it in the global Python, and now you are trying to access in virtual environment, and it's showing you module error. My answer is the tallest building in the world is Burj Khalifa. Great. So that's amazing. If you're getting the answer, congratulations. So if you are getting the correct answer, or if you are getting any answer from the AI, write an emoji in the chat. Let me know that you have done it right, and add some clapping emojis for yourself because you have done a great job. You have your AI model working. How to customize it, I will show you now. But for now, congratulate yourself that you are able to achieve this. I install in virtual environment, error, no module named. So if you have installed it in virtual environment, then it should show up. So try the other method. Try to go to File, Settings, and then Python Interpreter, and then add here the generative AI. If that is blue, it means it's installed. So Google, what is happening? Google dash generative AI. So if it's like here, it's blue, then it's installed. If it's not, then it means you need to install it. So make sure you try that out. For you, just a wow, love you. Thank you very much. I can see also that there is blue. Try to reinstall it and make sure you are using the correct Python here. So make sure that your Python version here is correct. So you might have multiple Pythons and you might be using something else. So now we have AI running on our website. But the thing is, it doesn't really answer on our behalf. So that where prompt engineering comes in. So prompt engineering is basically the way you guide your AI model how to answer. So in order to do that, what we will do is I will give you a template and you follow that. I will give you in the chat as well, and I will write it here as well. And then you just customize it. That is the secret sauce behind the AI model. So let me give you that secret sauce. So what we like to call it is basically persona. So whenever you are giving the robot or the chatbot some information, you can give the persona first and then the question. So what we will do is right before the title, I will add the persona. So this is the persona. I will read it out and I will explain what it does. And then you can change based on what you have. So the persona is basically just some text within these quotation marks. And it says that you are Murtaza AI bot. You help people answer questions about yourself. That is Murtaza. You answer as if you are responding. Don't answer in second or third person. Like, don't answer Murtaza likes to do this. No, answer I like to do this, right? Because it is saying on your behalf. Yes, exactly. That is like a personality. Then if you don't know the answer, you simply say that's a secret. So if the AI robot says again and again, I don't know, then it doesn't look very good. But if it says that's a secret, then it's a little bit better, right? So here is more information about Murtaza. So then you give in your information. Murtaza is an educator, blah, blah, blah. He has this, he has studied from here, and then that's his YouTube channel, it's email, his Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn. So any information that you want to give in, just write below this. That's it. So right now I have written only a few lines of code or a few lines of persona. But what I recommend you to do is spend at least 2-3 days creating this persona, so that, for example, you can answer, do I do freelancing stuff or not? How much do I charge? Do I do international projects or not? Where did I study? What am I doing right now? So answer all of these questions so that the AI knows more about you, right? So that is the main idea behind this. So what I will do is I will copy this persona and I will paste it in the chat so that you can copy that and paste it as well. And then all you have to do is, when you are writing the prompt, just write persona plus the user question. And that's it. I mean, that's how you can customize it to answer on your behalf. So if I run this now, if I refresh this and I run it, where did you study? And it will say, I am a large language model trained on Google. I have no schools. So it means it didn't actually get this persona part. So let me check why. So we are giving the persona plus the user question. Let me check. Oh yes, I forgot to add one more thing. So what you need to add is, in the prompt, after this, you need to add plus. Here is the question that the user asked. So you need to add that as well in the prompt. Then it should give you better results. So let's see, where did you study? There you go. I studied mechatronics, blah, 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 later specialized. There you go. So if we refresh it again, and we can ask any questions, what do you do? I am an educator, YouTuber, entrepreneur focused on computer vision and robotics. I help people learn about these fields through my YouTube channel, which has over 3 million subscribers. That's not true. It has taught over 3 million people, but it does not have 3 million subscribers. So again, all of this information, you can add it to the persona, and then it will keep getting better and better. So let me copy the persona for you so that you can test it out as well. So I will add it as a pinned comment. It says it cannot because it's too big. Okay, so what I will do is I will add it till here, and then you can add everything below it. Okay, so add whatever you are. Okay, it cannot even do that. That's a shame. So how can I give you this so you can copy? I will add it as a comment in the YouTube video. Hopefully that would work. Let me try that. So can you comment right now? I think you cannot. You cannot comment right now because it's live. Okay. So should I break it down? Can we upload an entire PDF to be read as a persona? Yes, you can. You can do that. Share it with Google Drive. Share it in chunks. Let me see if our... Okay, let's share it in chunks. I think that will be better. So nobody comments for a while so that it is right next to each other. Right, so let me copy all of that and paste. So I will write here. So there you go. I have copied and pasted most of it. So you can copy and paste and do something similar like this. Okay. And make sure you add more information so that it understands you as a person. Okay. So I believe, oh, we are already at more than... How much time have we spent? So we have spent a lot of time already. So it's been around 2 hours. So what we need to do now is we need to upload this on a server so that everyone can see it. So we can have it as a website. So not just local host. So it's not like local host 8501. It should be like this, murtaza.streamlit.app. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so I'm going to add all of this code later on in the Bootcamp page. So don't worry, you will get access to that. If you don't have access to that right now, just don't add the persona right now. Add the persona later on, and it should be fine. But for now, what we will do is we will start uploading our website so we have it finally up and running. So in order to do that, the very first thing you need to do is you need to go to GitHub. So go to github.com, and I believe most of you already have that account. So if you don't have an account, you can basically sign up. So here, for example, I have GitHub. So you can basically go to github.com and register. So if you go to, let's say, GitHub is an online platform that allows you to store your code. So we will store the code in GitHub and we will run it in Streamlit. So that will be quite useful. Let me see if we can do it without GitHub. So guys, make sure you are signing up right now. So I'm hoping that everyone is creating their GitHub account because we need to create a new repository so that we can save all the files there. I am friend speaking, but I really like your videos. Thank you very much. Glad to have you on board. How can I achieve dynamic gesture recognition for American Sign Language? I think we can discuss that later on. You can send us an email. Right now, we are focused on the bootcamp and uploading our website. So what's next? The next part is that you create a new repository. So you will click on create new, and then you are going to name your repository. So for example, I will name it portfolio underscore website. Right? So I can write it like that, or whatever name you want to add. It doesn't matter here. The domain will matter later on. We will fix which domain we want. We can fix that later on. So then the next thing you will do, it's up to you if you want to make it public or private. And then you are going to go ahead and create the repository. You will click on create repository. You can see over here this. You are going to click on that, create repository, and then it will say, do you want to upload an existing file or do you want to create a new file? It's up to you if you want to upload or existing file or create new one. We can upload as well. For example, we will upload an existing file, and what we will do is we are going to go ahead and drag and drop our requirements, our personal portfolio.py. So this is our project, and this is portfolio website.py. We are simply going to drag and drop. Now, before we do this, before we drag and drop, I mentioned that API key is secret. So you have to hide this API key. So what we will do is we have an option to hide this using Streamlit. So all you have to do is you have to create a secret variable, and you can do that by writing st.secrets. So, and then you can name that variable, let's say API key, and you will name it through which you will refer it later on. Okay. So in our secrets part, we will say our Google API key equals whatever our API key was, right? So you can make this change, and then simply you will replace this with your variable API key. That's it. So as I mentioned, that should be a secret. Then you can use it as a secret. So now your portfolio website is ready. All you have to do is you have to save and then drag and drop. Drag and drop portfolio website.py. Now you need one more thing, actually two more things. First of all, you do need the images. You need the images folder as well, because we are using that in our code. So we will copy and paste the images folder. And we also need the installations. So we have installed a few things. So we need to write down what did we install. So we will right click and create a new file, and we are going to just use a regular file, and we will call it requirements. Make sure the spellings are correct. Requirements.txt. So we need to add that. And then here we will simply add, we need to install Streamlit, and we need to install Google dash generative AI. That's it. That's the only two things that we will need to install. And then you can simply save it and drag and drop the file as well. So you are uploading three things: portfolio underscore website, then images, and then requirements.txt. These are the three things that you are uploading. I hope that is clear. Secrets not callable error. It should be st.secrets. st.secrets. Okay, now we are going to go to the next part, which is very simple. Now you will go to Streamlit. So let me open that up. How do I do the secret key? I will explain now how you will do the secret key. But for now, just upload all the files and click on commit changes. So what this will do is it will upload all your documents, all your files and images here. So this is what you will see. You will see images and it will contain all the images. Then you will see portfolio underscore website. It will have all the code that you have written. And then it will also contain requirements.txt. And if you look at that, it will have only 2 packages. So these are the 3 things that there should be. So the secret key, I will explain how to do. Don't worry. Right now, just write it like this. st.secrets, Google API key. And this is the API key that you will add here. Once that is done, you will go ahead and move on to streamlets.io. And then you are going to sign in. If you haven't registered, sign up. It's free. You can sign up and it should be no issues. So if you are getting an error that the files are big, then make them small. Don't upload big files, because even when somebody is visiting your website, the files should be small, because they will have to download those files to see. So it should be small. Okay, so once that is done and you go to Streamlit, this is what you will see. Make sure to link your Streamlit to your GitHub account. Okay, so just make sure that you have, for example, my GitHub name is Murtaza Hassan 01. So I have my account linked here, so you can see it is using that GitHub. So you can sign up using the GitHub account as well, or later on you can link as well by going to the settings. So if you click here and go to the settings, you can link up your GitHub page or GitHub account. Once you link up, the next part is very easy. You will click on create an app, and it will ask you, do you have already have an app? I will say yes, I have an app on GitHub. I will click on that. It will ask you which repository is it. I will click on this and it will show me my repositories. Here I can select that repository that we named portfolio underscore website, right? And then which branch we will use. There is only one branch. We will use main. And then it is asking which is the name of the main file. The name of the main file is portfolio underscore website.py. So here we will write portfolio underscore website.py. So we can select that. And now is the most important part. This is your domain. You need to write whatever you want as your domain. For example, I can write Murtaza, but that is already taken, right? Because I already have murtaza.streamlit.app. I can write, for example, Murtaza Hassan.streamlit.app, and you can see domain is available. So this is the most important part. Whatever domain you want, make sure you write it here. The spellings should be correct. And then you can simply hit on deploy. Now it is deploying our website. And there you go. Right now it is saying that there is an error. And this is exactly what should happen, because it is saying that there is no Google API key, because the key is missing. So now we are going to add our API key. So we will go to settings. Oh, sorry, not settings. We will go to view all apps. And then whatever your app is. So this was our app, portfolio website. We will go and we will go to its settings. And here you will see that it is secrets. There is a secrets tab. We will click on that. And here we are going to add our API key, right? So here we are going to add our API key like this. Is this clear so far? I know we are taking a lot of steps, but it's just clicking. There is no intuition behind these steps. So that's what we are doing. So all you have to do now is you have to write that your Google API key equals whatever your API key was. So if I remember my API key, let me get it. This was my API key. I can paste it here. Guys, don't use my API key. Generate your own. I know it goes without saying, but you have to say it, right? So here you will add that secret API key like this. Google underscore API key equals this, and you save it. Now, if you go and visit the website again, just click on it and it should work. There you go. Ta-da. And if we ask any questions, do you have a YouTube channel? And it will say, yes, I do. You can check it out here. So as you can see right now, murtazahassan.streamlet.app is now live, and anyone can go and check this website out. Unable to drag and drop images. Maybe they are big, maybe they are... Don't drag and drop images, drag and drop the folder of the images. It will be much easier. So I will take a 2 minutes break. And meanwhile, I know this is a little bit longer part. So keep trying to, add this, and keep trying to upload the website. If you are getting any errors, the rest of the session I am going to dedicate to solving the errors. So whatever errors you are getting, let me know, and we are going to solve those. For now, just try to solve this. Okay, I am back with coffee. So now tell me, has anyone yet successfully created their website? If you have, please share the link. Please share the link in the chat. I would love to see it. I would love to share it with everyone as well. So, permission denied, house downloads website.py. Are you using PyCharm or uh, are you using another code editor? Because normally it creates a folder for you with the virtual environment of all that when PyCharm is working, and then you don't need permissions to do that. Is it possible to make changes after deploying? Yes, of course. What you need to do is you need to go ahead and change your websites, the code over here, and then you can deploy it again. Guys, tell me whatever issues you are facing. Tell me, is it with Streamlit? Is it with GitHub? Is it with API key? Whatever it is, let me know so I can help you out. So you have your website today before you leave. So the boot camp will end right now. The sessions will end. Today is the last session, but then we have a contest. The contest will be for a few days. It will be all mentioned in the contest link. And then once the contest ends, then the boot camp will officially end. Yes, the videos will be there till contest. Does it have to be only a website? So it has to be something using Streamlit. So it can be an app, but it needs to have that personal portfolio website part. So again, all of this will be explained in detail. So with all the rules and all that. No secrets file found. Valid paths for a secret.tom file are you are getting that error in the browser. No, you cannot run the code. Look, once you write it like this, you cannot run the code again. So if you want to run the code again, then you need to put the actual API key here. API key equals this, like that. So you have to put your API key here if you want to run the code again. So either this or this. If you're testing, use this method. If you are done, use this method. Google API key, how to get. You can get it from the Google website. You can get the API key from there. What if I want to update the persona? You can update. You can keep updating and it should work. Let me try it here. So let's say my portfolio website right now is live, murtazahassan.streamlit.app, right? So here is my code. And let's say I change I am Murtaza Hassan to I am Murtaza. So let's edit the code. And we are going to go ahead and save this, commit changes. Let's see if we refresh. So there you go. It already says I am Murtaza. So it is so fast that whatever changes you make here will reflect directly here. Yes, if you did not add persona, you can add it later. Can we connect Excel instead of persona? Why would you want to do that? So as I mentioned earlier, there is no issue. You can edit this file and it will directly reflect. For example, if I write here Hassan and I commit the change, and as soon as I do that, you will see it appears here live. If persona is in Excel, just copy it and paste it here, because that will be a bit more difficult to connect it with Excel. Of course, you can do it, but then it will take a lot more programming than to just copy and paste, because you need to do it once. So just use that. Media file storage, probably because you you did not upload the images properly because they were too big. Just make sure your images are small. They're not that big. So if you go to my images, let's open up one of them, and you can see here it's 332 KB. For me, I think it's still big. It should not be even 320. It should be maybe 100 KB. Yeah, like this. 72, 76, 80. There you go. So it should be similar to that. So has anyone completed the website yet? Is anyone's website live? So right now I have two websites, murtazahassan.streamlit.app, and I also have murtaza.streamlit.app. I'm stuck at lost Google API key. Google API key, just have to go to their website and get the API key. Let me check where is the website. There you go. So get API key from Google. You can create a new API key and put it. Yes, it's live. Okay, please share your website. The deploy step, can you repeat? Okay. So for deployment, you are going to go and you are going to click on create app. And then you will say, I already have an app. Choose the GitHub. And then choose the GitHub repo. For example, in our case, it was portfolio website. So this is the name of that GitHub page. And then you have to define the path name. So this is portfolio websites.py. And then whatever website do you want, whatever the name of the website. So for example, Murtaza portfolio.streamlit.app. Now I don't recommend write portfolio. Use your name. If it's available, use it. Why my repository not appear at Streamlit? You need to link it. Make sure your name, GitHub name is showing here. If it's not showing, click on this, go to settings, and there will be an option to link it. The one who said their website is live, can you please share the link of your website? I'll have to go. I'll make sure to rewatch. Okay. I have a big JavaScript assignment. Okay, no problem. Make sure to complete your website and do share it. I will explain all the contest details in that contest page. And then actually, let me do one thing. Meanwhile, you guys are deploying your websites. Let me add today's information to the website so that if you have any issues, you can refer to that. Can you see my website? Share the link. Share the link of the website. All anticipated answers to be displayed in prompt answer have to be in persona section content. Yes. Module not found, Streamlit. Probably you spelled it wrong. Make sure in the requirements file, you spell it right, Streamlit. Okay, I will upload the content so that if anyone is trying to access, they can use this. So this is the content. I will upload it on the Bootcamp page. So here, I believe that is pretty much it. We can copy all of this and I will add it. What is the name of it? It's portfolio.py underscore websites.py, and then we will add the code. What else do you need at the requirements file? Let's add the requirements text. Do we need anything else? The images. So the images are already there in chapter in day 3, I believe. But I will still add the link if anyone wants to download. So I have updated it. So if you want to, you can check in the website on our bootcamp page. In day 4, I have added all this information. Okay, guys. So anyone who has completed their website, please share the link. I think people are getting shy. They don't want to share their website because maybe they didn't add their images, maybe they didn't add their persona or something like that. But don't worry, share it and later on improve it. Why not? So if you have, please do share. Maybe the links are disabled. Oh, you shared it and it's not showing. I believe that is the case. Let me check. Let me check if we can edit it now. Okay, it's not uh, possible, I believe, at this point. So instead of sharing the complete link, yeah, put spaces in between and then share it. There you go. That's a good idea. So let me try that out. Okay, so the first link that we have got is from Balveer Singh, and this is the website. There you go. Balveer Singh actively working on dynamic instance segmentation on ORB Slam. Wow, amazing. So you have links, email, LinkedIn, GitHub portfolio, and you got the name Balveer, which is amazing because it's so easy to get started with. You have your own image here. Great. About me, skills, a lot of skills. Great to see a lot of skills. And then we have experience. So there's a section for experience. I like the fact that you have used sections. Maybe you need to format them a little bit more, but it looks amazing. And there's a gallery where we can see some images. We see some Iron Man here, or what is that? Looks like an Iron Man. Robotics competition. I see. Science City, Jalandhar. Great. And then they have projects. Amazing. So you are putting a lot of effort here. And that is exactly what I like to see, that you come up with your own ideas, you add your flavor to that. So that's amazing. You have also added the social media platforms, GitHub, Instagram, Geeks for Geeks, and so on. Well done, Mr. Balveer Singh. Thank you very much for joining our stream and creating the website. We also have from Syed Faizan. There you go. Balveer says still unemployed. Don't worry. After this website, you're going to get employed. So we have a blue bar at the top. Wait, how did you add this? Or is it a mistake? So maybe it's the input. No, it's not an input. Then you have a hello, I am Syed Faizan, a great image. Then you have I am Faizan's AI bot. So did you add any persona? Let's find out. What do you do? I am Syed Faizan, a large language model. I can help you find information. So it says I am Syed Faizan, a large language model. So that's kind of funny. And answer your question in comprehensive way. Okay, so you might need to tweak the persona a little bit. But yeah, great work. You have your LinkedIn information, then you have my setup, and probably you are waiting to add more. So great work. Thank you for joining our stream. So is there anyone else who has completed? Can I make a changes and add images after deploy? Yes, you can. As I mentioned earlier, you can simply go, you can add images here, you can drag and drop, then you can go to the portfolio website, you can make any change, click on edit, make the change, it will automatically deploy it. You don't have to do anything else. Everything is good. Thank you for Bootcamp. Thank you very much. So whatever your name is, it's hard to pronounce because it's in a different language. Please do share your link if you have completed. Then can I add this toy current Wix website? What does that mean? Toy current Wix websites. So Streamlit runtime media file storage error. So again, somebody explained it earlier that this might be because look at your GitHub. Does it look like this? Does it have a folder images, then two what do you call files, or does it have a lot of images right here? Because all the images should be inside the images folder. So if you have everything outside, then you need to fix that. You need to put it inside the images folder. Make sure you put it inside. Any website with tips on persona prompt engineering? I would say I actually created a course on this, AI for everyone, and it has a section in it which is around 25 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. So you can go ahead and study from there. It has some details on, you go to, so this is the YouTube, and here you can see, if you go down, you have, where is it? Prompt engineering. Here. This is a section of prompt engineering, all of these. And then you can simply click on this and it will take you to prompt engineering. So it will explain everything tomorrow. So let me share that with you. So if you wanted to, you could utilize that. So tomorrow we will not be doing OpenCV. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to do OpenCV as well. But what we will do is probably we will do another bootcamp just for OpenCV. So mostly our main task for this one was to get what do you call the Python website. So that is what we have done so far. But later on, we might add the computer vision part. So there we have another website. So it is by Rakshan Malila. Is that correct? And he has added some random text, just some filler. And then he's also added a bounding box saying Rakshan. Looks good, very nice image. Rakshan's AI bot. Let's ask him, what do you do? I am an AI language model. So probably there is no prompt, there's no persona. So that's why it's asking that. But good job that you have the AI running at the back end. My skills, math, English, science. So I guess you are a student. That's why you have written maths, English, science, social studies, programming. And hopefully next time around, this will be maybe here, right? So I would love to see that. Then you have the contact email. Oh, you have your own website? Or did you just write it like that? Oh, it's random. It's better to add your own. Okay, so there is some issue here. Let's refresh. Probably you are making some changes at the back end, and that's why it's doing this. These days, I'm a bit confused. I want to learn computer vision, but the mathematics behind it seems hard. Any suggestions? See, the mathematics is not hard if you want to use it as a tool. So it's like, I like to give the example of a drill machine. So there's a lot of people who learn how to use the drill machine, but they don't know what motor is inside, what is the electronic circuit which is inside. So if you just want to use it as a tool, for example, you want to create an app using computer vision, then you don't need to go into the mathematics of how these AI models work. So you can just get by running the model itself and making some changes to it. So it depends on what are you doing. If you're researching, absolute, you need mathematics. But then if you're not researching, then you don't really need that. in most cases. We don't have to travel anywhere for the bootcamp, right? Yeah, you don't have to travel. Now, the only thing left now is the contest. So for the contest, we will have a contest page and it will have all the information. So we will be sharing that very soon. So you can share your portfolio websites there. And if you do not get the website running, just go back and rewatch the last parts where you are deploying, and hopefully that will work out. If it doesn't work out, write in the comment what, alhamdulillah, excuse me. So write in the comments what problem are you facing, and I will try to fix that issues. So this is it for our boot camp, and this is it for today's session. I'm quite tired now, and it has been a few days, every day, a lot of what do you call teaching and a lot of speaking, and but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this boot camp, and when I see the output, when I see the result, that's pretty amazing that a lot of you are able to understand and get it up and running. That's why it's so easy and it's so useful to learn these skills. So thank you very much, and thank you for being part of this community. And hopefully, if you like this, leave a comment below so we can create more boot camps, and later on we can carry on with other topics like AI and medical analysis and so on. So that is pretty much it. And hopefully, are there any other comments? I'm sorry I wasted your time on trying to learn. No, that's not a big deal. Nobody has wasted our time. We are all learning, and I'm always learning as well. So there are no issues. Thank you from Azerbaijan. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. You are all welcome. And I will see you in the next one.